interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. The Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, by air, President Roosevelt has just announced. The attack also was made on all naval and military activities on the principal island of Oahu.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
So besides being unprepared militarily, the other question is, what about the medical department of the Army? How ready are they? Totally unprepared. They've got 5 general hospitals in the entire United States. 5. No mobile field hospitals anywhere.
But I was up in the air, and then I heard of a concussion, a big, loud bomb. You know, I thought the ground opened up underneath me. But I was actually hit with an 88, and it blew me about 15 feet in the air and about 30 feet away. And when I landed, I thought, well, I've had it, you know, but I didn't know where I was hit.
I didn't even know the crew I was with. I got on the flight line. I said, where are we going? They said, oh, it's a milk run, easy mission. We're just going to fly over Toulon and go after these gun emplacements. These guys didn't know what they were talking about. These are 88 millimeter stuff. I knew that. So I get in the plane, I'm up at the top turret, and we make landfall. Just at that point, 88 millimeter knocks the right engine right off the wing. So I had to bail out. I bailed out. It's over Toulon. And I landed in a deep gorge in the Maritime Alps, where I broke my leg when I hit the ground, and I had a wounded arm. Right arm was flak.
And we were getting ready to move out, and that's when I got hit. And believe it or not, I was one of the few that was hit by friendly fire. Well, as it happened, I don't know whether I was lucky or unlucky, but anyway, that was really all of the war that I really saw. The bullet went through my leg, but the medic only noticed the wound on the one side. As a result, I went to the battalion aid station and then the larger hospital. By the time I got to England, the leg was infected.
The construction of Crile was going to be an economic boom for the whole area. Of course, it was surveyed, and construction began in March 1943. Of course, there are some limits. It's going to be built of wood and brick, very little steel, because obviously it's a critical metal. So the Army Corps of Engineers were the prime contractors, and then they went to the various private construction companies in Cleveland to do some of the finishing work, the masonry work, and all the other construction. And of course, it provided tremendous opportunities for jobs, and even teenagers who needed summer jobs, of course, could come out to this site and finish the construction of the hospital.
Our first day on the job was interesting, even though there was gas rationing. My dad scooped up enough to take us out and, to the job site, which was a barracks.
Wooden barracks that were temporary as offices for the employees during the construction period of the hospital. We rode our bikes out Pearl Road to York Road. York Road was a very narrow 2-lane road at that time, and basically the whole area had been farmland, as I would recall, and not many trees around really, but they were just beginning to get things organized to start the construction. The only buildings there were those barracks-like buildings for offices.
The job was a surveyor's assistant, which was mostly labor work. Carry the transit, carry the rod, carry the measuring, what do they call it, Herman? Line?
Line.
Line. the sledgehammer, the stakes, the tacks, and lug this around under the supervision of the War Department surveyors. The job was interesting. The engineers were a bunch of nice guys, but we did know it was Cryle being built as Cryle Hospital, and it really was built by kids, old men, and 4Fs.